All right, so today I'm not even gonna ask a question here. We're gonna do a general reading for Ukraine. Now, so far in these readings, there's a layer that is hidden. There's some weird shit going on, and the cards before. Hold on. Random word, monkey, random number, 26. All right. So there's something that's like hidden or something. Because my original readings did not show an invasion. They did not. I mean, I've read these cards a lot of times, and there's no way I would translate that into an invasion, and I'll be damned if there wasn't an invasion. So here I'm just looking at a general reading for Ukraine. All right. So our root card is the Lovers. Now, this did show up in the last reading about this, but the Lovers is about commitment to action. So, completely giving yourself to a path. Now, that definitely has happened. Um, so, we're just going to do like I'm going to pretend that Ukraine came to me for like a general relationship reading. And let's just see what we get here. All right. So the Lovers is the root card. So the way that these general readings will usually go is past, present, future, past, present, future, future. All right. So in past energy, we have a couple of sixes. And actually, as I look closer at this, we do have 666. 6. Dang. So there are 4 6s in this reading. So I guess I can't even go with 666 because it's 666 6 7 4 5. All right. Now that that's out of the way, in past energy, so we have the 6 of Swords and the 6 of Pentacles. Now the 6 of Pentacles, here, this person has something in abundance. They have all of these pentacles, and here's this ghost, and they're like, oh, give me one of them. Oh, sure. So it's giving out of a sense of like generosity. It's basically throwing your energy at something that you can never change. Throwing your money and time here, giving it to the ghost. And like that ghost is never going to change. You could give them a million pentacles and they're still a ghost and they're going to ask you for another one. So, along with this 6 of Pentacles, we have a 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords here, this is a soldier, and this is the burning city of conflict down here. So there's the burning city, right? And the soldier at this point realizes that no matter how hard they fight, they're never going to change the mind of the other army, you know? At no point is either side in this war going to be like, my bad, you were right. It'll literally never happen. So they just try to leave the war and get the fuck out of there. So if you combine these two, we have trying to separate from a conflict that is like never ending, and also just continuously giving money and time to something that will never change. The You can see how both of those would be related, especially since Ukraine, I mean, they had this basically the civil war that's been happening for several years now, and I'm sure it did take a lot of money and resources and time. And also, you could fight that shit forever and nothing will really change about it. So this fades. and is replaced with the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is about memories and reliving something that happened in the past. Now, this could be about like an old cycle or something that is resurfacing, but here we have just this strong emotional link to the past, and in the card, they're telling the story through this puppet show, this good versus evil puppet show, which usually shows how time and emotions warp our memories and make them cartoonish. But it also could be how they are kind of facing this devil that they've faced before. Let's just look a little deeper into this card. The trident is kind of sticking out that the devil is holding, like this pitchfork. And I'm not really sure what that would imply. Um, I mean, Neptune. All right. One of the other aspects that kind of comes out in this six is this is when they fought the devil before, and this is kind of showing like an emotional connection um, to when you fought the devil before and remembering maybe how you did it. So, momentum takes them here to the Seven of Cups, from the Six to the Seven. Now, this is a very natural progression of energy. It's how it is kind of supposed to work. Using the tarot language, this is how the emotional energy is supposed to evolve. So this goes from like this sort of remembering an emotional connection that you have from something in the past to creative expression in the seven. So in the seven, the person is really trying to express how they feel emotionally. Here about this stack of cups, they're like looking at the cups. I'm going to do a painting of the cups, and it comes out as this like creature, right? But this is basically saying, number one, that Ukraine, it's time for them to be creative. But this also hints at something. It's like a common thread that's going through a lot of the different readings lately. There is something fucking different that is happening just beneath the surface. So here in this creative expression, this is showing what comes next is basically expressing the situation in a way that they can look at it to figure out what's really going on a deeper level. There's like some weird undercurrent that is going through not only this situation, but a bunch of the different global events, and it makes them very difficult to read with tarot. A lot of the tarot readings are coming out where it's almost like opposite day. And one of the other things that I've noticed that the numbers are making patterns that I'm really not used to reading as much in tarot. Like a lot of these cards, it's more about the numbers than it really is about the things that are on the card. Anyway, with this, there's like some fucking weird undertow here. It's like just beneath the surface is this other thing. And the numbers are kind of showing the pattern of whatever the hell that thing is. So we get 66667. And then here, now in a general reading, this is what is meant to sort of come out of the situation. Like they're going through all this crap because they have to get to this place, and it's the Four of Pentacles. Now, the Four of Pentacles, so like this dude is about to walk through the portal to the underworld. So he's about to die, right? And as soon as he goes through that portal, he's going to lose all of these things that he clings onto. Like he feels very proud of his possessions, and like he worked hard for them, so he doesn't want to lose them. But he's gonna lose them, right? So this is showing someone who is resisting change because they don't want to lose the shit that they're clinging onto. The loss is inevitable. So this is basically saying, like, if Ukraine were sitting here getting this reading about their relationship, in this case with Russia, and maybe with, their own people, whatever the fuck is going on, this is basically saying you're about to go through a change and you kind of have to accept it. Like, don't be afraid to let go of the things that you're clinging on to because you cannot take them with you. And once you get through the transition, it will just be like the naked truth of yourself. It will be liberating, actually, and theoretically liberating. Now, the beacon card, and this is the one card to keep in mind at any point through the reading. Wow, this is weird. Anyway, all right. So the 5 of Cups is the old married couple, right? And this is the old married couple. They've been too close for too long. They're not listening to each other anymore. Communication is broken down. They're like, whatever, get the fuck out of here. Now, the Cups show the emotional connection that is there between these two. 3 of them have been knocked over because they're like, fuck, this sucks, But 2 of them remain standing because of the purity of their connection. When this thing turns upside down, it is generally showing that the 2 have had enough time apart that they can actually renew their connection. It's interesting looking at all of this, especially so if Ukraine was a person and they had this relationship with Russia as a person, this is saying, look, you're going to have to accept a bunch of changes. This is also saying, like, you've stopped fighting them mentally or like tried to, but you still give them everything. um, and here we have like, oh geez, this is reminding you of some time when you went through this in the past. And the 7 is like, it's time to be creative and figure out what the fuck is actually going on beneath the surface, because this is not surface level shit. You can look at what this political leader or that political leader is saying, but that's not the real fucking energy that is making things move. So, fucking Ukrainian artists, it's time to like figure out what is really going on. Accept the changes, accept at least some changes, letting go of some things because you will have to. But the lovers on the bottom is saying like there is a decision that has kind of been waffled on, or maybe hasn't been like the path hasn't been committed to. And the lovers is saying it's time to commit to the path, right? You have to choose a path, and then give it everything you have. Fascinating. So the numbers again, which seem to be the thing in these: 6 as a root, then we get 666, 7, 4, and with a beacon of 5. 5 is reversed. Now, that's what we have here. This is my like relationship reading for Ukraine, and it will be interesting to see how these go, because this whole situation is honestly reading differently than all other situations. The only other thing that reads kind of like this is cryptocurrency. It's weird. It's like there's some undertow that is invisible, at least to me, in the way that I usually read my cards. But it's coming out in the numbers, so we'll fucking see.